to Self-Care for Entrepreneurs. My name is Makini Smith from A Walk in My Stilettos, and I'm here on behalf of the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce, together with SheaMoisture. And we've created classes to encourage and support Black entrepreneurs across the country. And we want to share resources and support you in your business during this time. Today we're focusing on routines and rituals to help you stay focused. I'm a certified mindset coach. I am a 4-time published author and a podcast host. And I help women to strengthen their resilience muscle, own their stories, and conquer their fears so they can reach their goals. I coach others to publish their books and their podcast and to get their mind right, to get them in the right mind frame so that they can go after all of their goals and their dreams. I've been an entrepreneur for over 10 years now, and I'm going to share with you 10 tips and tools that I use that are my routine and rituals that help me to stay focused and to stay positive. Set up your day the night before. You want to make sure that before you go to sleep, you know what is happening tomorrow. You want to know that you have a schedule, that you know where you're going to be, what you're going to do. You want to make sure that you already know what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat for lunch the following day. And if you have to pre-make a lunch so that you're not wasting money purchasing food outside. You want to know if you have to drive to work. You want to know the route that you're going to take. Getting into the habit of planning your day in advance will remove some of the easier decisions off the table, and it'll prevent you from getting sidetracked and having to spend time and energy on making decisions on the small and less important things. Number 2, get sufficient sleep. Research shows that as adults, we need per night 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And this helps because as entrepreneurs, we're super busy, we're under a lot of stress, and we're doing a lot. And if we don't have sufficient sleep, it increases our risk of serious health conditions such as diabetes or heart disease. Getting enough sleep will boost your immune system. It will help with brain clarity, and it will can also help manage weight loss. Number 3, practice gratitude. This is something that I do every single day, and I strongly believe in it. So much so that I actually created a guided gratitude journal. And practicing gratitude, not only does it give you more things to be grateful for, but it programs your brain into being present in the now and being grateful for the now. And practicing gratitude can help actually deepen your relationships. It can help with your physical health. It can help with your psychological health. It can help reduce aggression and increase empathy. It improves your self-esteem, and it's great for mental strength. Number 4, use positive affirmations. And I know that it can sound annoying when people always constantly talk about think positive or speak positive, but affirmations actually do work. So what happens is positive self-talk, and anything that you say after I am, the brain actually believes. That becomes true. So when we are having positive self-talk, we're basically releasing negativity, fear, anxiety, worry, but we're programming our mind. So when you are internalizing the positive words, after 26 to 30 days consecutively of internalizing and programming the brain with positive words, you start to believe it. So what happens is it seeps into your subconscious mind. So your conscious mind is your thinking mind, and your subconscious mind is your feeling mind. And the subconscious mind can't tell the difference between fact or fiction. So if you constantly feed it something, it will accept that as the truth and as reality. So if you use positive affirmations such as I am a confident speaker, and you're repeating that multiple times a day, and you're repeating that for as many days as it takes for it to become a habit for you, it will seep into your subconscious mind, and the old thought or the negative thought will be replaced by the new one. Number 5, stay active. As an entrepreneur, we spend a lot of hours sometimes in front of a computer or a device or sitting down. You want to make sure that you're staying active, whether it be making sure that you're walking a little bit every hour so that you get the blood flowing and you don't end up with any blood clots or anything like that, but you want to stay active. If you cannot find 1 hour a day, find 20 minutes. Get up early in the morning and dedicate 20 minutes of exercise or 20 minutes of going for a walk. If you have time, try to get in 1 hour. So what I've been doing is I've been going for a 1 hour walk every single day. I get in maybe anywhere between 6,000 to 10,000 steps. You can get a Fitbit. It'll help you track your activity to see how active you've been throughout the day, for how long, your heart rate, how many calories you're burning. But it's important to stay active, especially to entrepreneurs who are constantly on the go, constantly busy doing other things. We forget to take care of ourselves. You want to make sure that you take care of you, because without you, there is no business. So when you're active, you're reducing the risk of a heart attack, you're maintaining better weight, you're improving blood pressure, you're helping with your bones, you're preventing things such as diabetes and all kinds of other health issues that can arise when we're not taking care of ourselves. Number 6, do the most difficult things first. Get them out of the way. Procrastinating or pushing them off to a later date or another time isn't going to make them get any easier. So research actually shows that we are sharpest first thing in the morning. So focus on the most difficult task for the day first and get it out of the way. So if you've got that activity that you've been putting off for months and it needs to get done, first thing tomorrow morning, get it done, get it out of the way, and it'll release all of that mental strain and give you the ability and the energy to do the rest of your activities, because you'll feel proud of yourself that you were competent enough to take on that task. Number 7, eliminate distractions and time wasters. Things will come up, emergencies will come up, but just because it's someone else's emergency doesn't mean that it is your emergency. Especially as an entrepreneur, we're constantly putting out fires all day. We're problem solvers, but make sure that you are focused on the task at hand and working on what is important to you and your mission and your business, and not making everything else a priority. And when it comes to things like social media, yes, we're all on social media to build our business, but make sure that you're not scrolling unnecessarily. Set a timer on your phone for as much as time that you need to be on the social platform, so that 20 minutes, 2 hours doesn't fly by and you've wasted all of this time on social media. Turn notifications off on your phone so that you're not constantly distracted by constant notifications of social media or emails that are coming in. You can put your phone on airplane mode if you're trying to concentrate on a particular task for, let's say you choose 25 or 55 minutes, whatever it is that you choose to focus to get your stuff done. So if your phone is on airplane mode, you're not distracted by the calls that are coming in or the constant notifications. Distractions, time wasters, eliminate them. Number 8, constantly remind yourself of your ultimate goal. What is your why? Why are you doing it? Have that somewhere where you can constantly see it, whether it be a vision board placed somewhere that you'll see regularly, whether that be your goals written down on a card that you keep with you so that you're constantly reminded. Understanding your why and constantly reminding yourself of your why will be your motivator, especially when times get hard and you're frustrated and you feel like giving up. Knowing your why. I recommend if you write out the vision for your life, if you write out what it is that you want, the ultimate goal, what that means for your life, write it out and then record it on a voice recorder on your phone. You can play that in your ear. There's an app where you can loop it, so that's your voice explaining what your goals and what your why is. And if you're hearing that, you can play that back in your ear, in your headphones, through your phone regularly to remind you of what the ultimate goal is for why you're doing this. Why are you in business? Why did you start it? What was your mission? Number 9, delegate. We've only got 24 hours in a day, and many of us entrepreneurs, we already wear multiple hats. How can you leverage your time? Look at all of the things that you need to do, and instead of trying to focus on every single one of them, look at what tasks can you delegate. Who do you need to hire? Who do you need to ask for help? Who can you pass this task off onto and do exchange of value so that you can focus on what you're great at and the things that make you money and the things that you enjoy and the things that you do best. Number 10, find a coach or a mentor. That person doesn't have to be an in real life coach or mentor. That person can be someone that we admire online that's in the position that we want to be in, the position that we desire to be in our industry. Look up to that person. If it's a virtual coach, don't just look at where they are now and admire that part, but look at their whole story, their entire journey. Listen to interviews that they've done, read articles that they've been featured on, study their journey. What did they have to go through? What adversities did they have to go through to get to where they are today? Those will give you an idea of some of the things that you can avoid. Also, if it's an in real life coach or mentor, don't be afraid to invest into them. They have spent thousands and thousands of dollars and thousands of hours that they could save you. They are in the position that you want to be in. They can save you from the pitfalls, and they can connect you to some of the opportunities and things that you are looking for. But most of all, give you guidance, especially in the industry that you are in, to help you succeed and to be the best you can possibly be. On behalf of the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce and SheaMoisture, I want to thank you. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Thank you for trusting me to help you. We are here to support you. For more information on myself and my services, you can find me at awalkinmystilettos.com or makinismith.com. And for more information on the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce, you can find them at blackchamber.ca.
Welcome to the SheaMoisture virtual series. My name is Andria Barrett, and I'm a nutritionist and wellness expert, and I teach people how to balance their blood sugar all through the power of food and by making small changes to their lifestyle, especially if you have prediabetes. On behalf of the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce and together with SheaMoisture, we've created these classes to encourage and support Black entrepreneurs across the country. We're going to share some resources and tips to support you and your business during this time. Today, we're going to focus on self-care for entrepreneurs. We're going to talk nutrition, we're going to talk fitness, and we're going to talk mindset. So as a nutritionist, I know firsthand that food affects the way you look and affects the way you feel. So these days, some of us are spending more time at home and we're doing a lot of home cooking, and others can navigate a food delivery app like nobody's business. Regardless of what it is, we're doing a whole lot of eating and not enough moving. So it's important to recognize that food is information. It affects what goes on in here, it affects what goes on in here, it even affects what goes on in here. Think of food as fuel. Fuel that your body needs to help you continue to build that empire you were born to build. So now let's talk about what you're eating, what you're drinking, and some key nutrients for optimal performance. All right, so let's talk food. What are you eating? We all know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and quite frankly, it's my favorite meal of the day. It sets the tone for your body's nutrition. So, being the first meal of the day, it's important that we are very deliberate and conscious in what we're eating. Eating well for breakfast will help fuel concentration, will help us with focus during the day, and prevent fatigue. So we want to aim to get the right balance of carbs, proteins, and fats. And when we're talking carbs, we're talking the complex carbs, foods that are high in fiber. And we want good sources of protein, lean sources of protein, and good healthy fats. So a few examples of what you could have for breakfast are a high protein smoothie, some good fats, some nuts and some seeds, some sliced up avocado, some eggs, a smoothie. But when you're having your smoothies, be mindful that there isn't a lot of sugar in there. And of course, oatmeal. We want to stay away from things like store-bought muffins. Between you and me, a muffin is nothing more than a glorified piece of cake. And quite frankly, they're the size of a small baby's head. Stay away from the muffins. Now let's talk snacks. I'm a snacker, and I want to encourage you to be a snacker. Snacking keeps your blood sugar stable throughout the day, which is important if your blood sugar is too high, and especially if you have prediabetes or even if you have type 2 diabetes. So when it comes to snacks, the easiest things to have around your kitchen or your pantry are fruits, nuts and seeds, chopped up veggies with some mashed up avocado or some hummus or some healthy dip. We want to have healthy snack bars that you can either purchase or you can make. And when you're having these bars, you want to make sure there's a good amount of protein in there and that there's a good amount of healthy fats in there. So I encourage you to take a look in your kitchen, take a peek in the pantry or in the fridge, or, in the snack cupboard, and see what you have in there. Are there cookies? Are there crackers? Are there fill in the blank? Make sure you purchase and replenish them with good sources of snacks. Nuts and seeds and carrot sticks and dip and hummus, or even a smaller portion of what you would typically have for a meal. So it's important to have good healthy snacks. Now let's talk our meals. So be it breakfast or be it lunch or be it dinner. We want to make sure that your plate or your bowl is colorful. So we want reds and yellows and greens and purples, lots of colorful produce. We want half of your plate to be covered in vegetables, and we want a quarter of your plate to be covered in lean proteins, chicken, fish, tempeh, tofu, and we want the remaining quarter to be filled with good, starchy, whole grain carbs. So that is what you want your plate to look. Half of it with veggies, a quarter with proteins, and a quarter with your lean sources of fat. Mind your business and mind your vitamins. So it's very important that we get some key nutrients in our body. When we're feeling tired, sometimes it's because we're lacking some nutrients or we're deficient. So let's talk about B vitamins. That's a great source of energy. Our B vitamins energize us. We can find this in great foods like whole grains with brown rice, barley, or millet. You can also find it in eggs. You can find it in some dairy products. You can find it in your dark leafy vegetables, your spinach and your kale. You can also find it in your nuts and seeds. And then there's iron. Iron is needed to carry oxygen in our blood throughout our body to our tissues and our organs. Good sources of iron include meat, liver, fish, poultry, and spinach, leafy greens, raisins, some dried fruit, whole grains, legumes like beans, peas, and lentils. Now, if you're feeling tired and run down during the day, there are some things you need to avoid. So stay away from any kind of quick fix or any kind of gimmick. We want to avoid the extra large coffees, not what we're looking for. We want to avoid the energy drinks and any kind of caffeine pills. That is not a natural source of energy for your body. Caffeine, stimulants, and sugars, they're not what we're looking for. Too much caffeine in the body can actually have detrimental effects. It can cause nervousness, it can cause insomnia, it can cause an increase in your blood pressure. So we don't want that. Studies also show that caffeine triggers the release of something called cortisol. That is our stress hormone. We don't want to raise our cortisol levels. There's a whole cascading effect of badness that we don't want. A big bump in our cortisol slows down our metabolism, and it's just a cascading effect of things we don't want, including it slows down our rate of burning fat. So now let's talk about hydration. What are you drinking? So a study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that dehydration leads to headache symptoms, loss of focus, and a sense of fatigue. So as entrepreneurs, we can't afford to have this happen to us. We need to make sure we're staying hydrated, which will give us energy and just does the body good. We want to make sure we're drinking water, we're drinking unsweetened herbal teas, we're drinking green juices and smoothies. But again, when you're having your smoothies, watch out for the sugar content. Now let's talk fat, one of my favorite nutrients. Don't be afraid of fat. There are lots of great healthy sources of fats. Fats keep us feeling energized and satiated. We want to make sure we're consuming more omega-3 fats and less omega-6 fats. Good sources of fats include avocados, coconut oil, coconut manna, avocado oil, nuts, seeds, butter, ghee. Those are great sources of fat. So don't be afraid to have some fat while you're having your meals. It helps to keep you satiated, make you feel full, and is a good source of energy. I also want to mention that omega-3s are really, really, really important. Studies show that omega-3 helps with brain health and cognitive function. Unfortunately, as a society, we're deficient in omega-3s and we overconsume omega-6s. So it's important that we supplement our diet with good foods or supplements that are high in omega-3s. So we want to make sure we're eating more fish, we're eating a lot of seaweed, or we're eating nuts and seeds that have a high amount of omega-3s. If you can't get it in food, I encourage you to get a supplement. Omega-3s aren't something that our body makes, so we always need to supplement with it. So you can purchase this from your local health food store in a supplement, a liquid, or in a capsule. Now, as more of us are working from home or have been working from home, it's important that we don't pick up any bad habits. We want to make sure we're not skipping meals, we're not over snacking, and we're not overindulging in alcohol. Instead, we want to make sure we're eating small, frequent meals about every 3 to 4 hours that are colorful with some carbs, some fats, and some good protein. This is what keeps our blood sugar nice and stable. When our blood sugar is up and down and erratic, that is what causes the energy crashes and slumps. So eating a nice amount of carbs, proteins, and fats throughout the day in small meals will keep your blood sugar balanced. The key to a well-nourished body and mind all starts with good nutrition. So eating the right foods at the right time can increase your brain power, can improve the way you look, and improve the way you feel. We want to eat real food, we want to reduce the amount of sugar, we want to fuel up with good fats, we want to mind our vitamins, and we want to make sure we stay hydrated. For more information about me, please visit my website at www.andriabarrett.com. That's Andria with an I. And on behalf of the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce and SheaMoisture, we want to thank you for joining us and taking the time to do something really great for yourself, your business, and ultimately your community. For more information about the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce, please visit our website at www.blackchamber.ca.
Hello, my name is Heather Wilson-Phillips from the Fitness Empire, and I'm here on behalf of the Canadian Black Chambers of Commerce together with SheaMoisture. We've created classes and resources to encourage and support Black entrepreneurs across the country during this time. Today, I'm going to be focusing on self-care for entrepreneurs. Do you want to be more productive? Then practice self-care. I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can do that. Number 1, schedule me time. Number 2, move your body to be more productive. And number 3, get some exercise in. So I'm going to show you how you can incorporate all 3 of these tips. So starting with number 1, scheduling me time. Sometimes when we're working, it gets very stressful, we can become very anxious. So one of the ways that we can kind of calm ourselves down is by practicing deep breathing. Now, if you've never done deep breathing before, that's okay. I'm going to show you a quick exercise of how you can incorporate deep breathing that'll help calm you down throughout your workday. All you're going to do is simply place one hand across your chest and one hand across your stomach. Now you want to focus on your breath and your stomach as it's filling up with air and it's deflating with air. You're trying not to allow your chest to expand as you're breathing, and you're going to be inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose for a count of 4 and a count of 4 as well. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to close your eyes, place one hand across your chest and across your stomach. You're going to inhale for 4, and you're going to exhale for 4. Let's try that again. We're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. So like I said, it's all about focusing on your stomach and your air being filled up throughout your stomach and deflating through your stomach. Now find somewhere quiet to do the exercise. You can lay flat on your back or you can sit down. It's completely up to you. But by doing this exercise, it'll send a signal to your brain to calm down and relax. You can try starting off for as little as 2 minutes a day and work your way up from there. Now number 2. It's all about moving. So if you find that you're sitting for hours on end, try getting up and just simply stretching where you are. As simple as tilting your head from side to side, or swinging your arms across your body, or lifting your legs up in front of you. That will get the blood flowing again so you can go back and continue on with your day. You also might want to look into one of those desks that allow you to kind of stand and sit throughout the day as well. And then last but not least, it's all about incorporating exercise. So exercise can be anywhere from 20 minutes to 30 minutes. It's just about incorporating exercise into your daily routine. So I'm going to demonstrate 3 different exercises that you can do right now. I'm going to start off with a very simple warm-up, and all it is bring your leg right up in front of you. So you're trying to bring your knees up to your chest as high as you can, and just keep doing this. You can do this for a minute or 2, where you're going to feel your heart rate going up throughout this warm-up. And that's it. That's a very simple warm-up. So the first exercise I'm going to show you is push-ups. I'm going to show you how to do the modified and also the regular version of a push-up. So as you're doing your push-ups, for the modified version, you might want to have a cushion or a pillow just beneath your knees to make sure you're protecting your knees if you have bad knees. You're going to want to cross right at the ankle. And as you're doing the push-up, your hands are going to be a bit more than shoulder width apart. And it's very important to remember you're going to squeeze your glutes in, keep your core nice and tight, and your back is flat. You don't want to be bringing the lower part of your body too far down to the push-up. It's all about bringing your chest closer to the mat. So this is what it's going to look like. Our hands are down, so a bit more than shoulder width apart. We're crossing right here at the ankle. Our core is nice and tight, back is flat, and we're coming down, and we're pushing away, extending through the elbows, coming down, pushing away, again, down, and we're pushing away. Wonderful. All right, so I'm going to now show you how to do the regular version of the push-up. It's the same thing where our back is nice and flat, our core is tight, and we're squeezing through our glutes, but this time we're moving our knees. Once again, hands are more than shoulder width apart. We're going to come up, and we're going to come down, and push away. Again, come down, push away, come down, and we're pushing away. All right, so those are the 2 ways on how you can do your push-up. Now we're going to go into the plank, and I'm going to show you 3 ways to do your plank. With the plank, you want to make sure your back is flat as well, core is tight, and you're squeezing your glutes in. So the first way you can do a plank is you're just going to come up like this, and you're going to hold this position for as long as you can, and have nice controlled breath as you're in the plank. Now from here, we're going to go down to the modified plank, and that's going to allow us to go down to our forearm, and we're going to be bending at the knees. So our hands are down the mat, bending at the knee, and we're holding the same position. Nice controlled breath. Our back is flat, and our core is tight. And we're holding this for as long as you can. And then from here, I'm going to show you the last way how you do your plank. You're still on your forearm, but you're removing your knees. So you're down, and you're holding, keeping your core tight, your back is flat, and you're squeezing the glutes. Remember, you're not coming up like this, you're not dipping down like this. It's neutral back. All right, now I'm going to show you the squat. So, with the squat, we're working our lower body. You want to remember to have your legs more than shoulder width apart. You're going to turn your toes outwards, and as we go down to the squat, we want our knees to follow the same direction as our toes. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to come down and come back up. Come down again and up. Your core is going to be nice and tight. Your back is going to be flat. I'm going to show you how that looks from the side. Once again, you're going to come down and up, come down and up. And when you're coming up from that squat, you want to squeeze your glutes at the top of the movement. Now, if you can't go down that low, that's completely okay. This is where you can go. If this is the only where you can go to, that's okay. Same positioning. Come down to where you can and squeeze the glutes again. Go to where you can and squeeze your glutes. If you want to bring a chair in as well, you can do that and then go down to the chair and come up and squeeze your glutes. So for each of the exercises, I would recommend anywhere between 3 to 4 rounds and about 10 to 12 reps. When it comes to the plank, you can start off with a 20-second hold and graduate from there. Now, on behalf of the Canadian Black Chambers of Commerce, thank you for joining us, and thank yourselves for taking the time out of your day to do something for you, your business, and your community. Now, for more information on me, please visit thefitnessempire.com. And for more information on the Canadian Black Chambers of Commerce, visit blackchamber.ca.